Hello, Zach here, back again with Chris versus dauT series, and I'm sorry it's been a little while with this. As I'm sure you're very much all aware, I've been extremely busy with exams and assignments recently, and I simply have not really had time to get any of this recorded. But this is game 13, I do believe, and this time we're playing on Nomad, and I quite like Nomad. It's interesting. It's always leads to a different kind of play style, as obviously they're quite slow to start off at the start. Chris and dauT both playing as Chinese today, which means they both start with 6 villagers, which is nice in Nomad because it means that they get off to a faster start, and that is always handy because obviously Nomad starts can be very slow. Obviously they've got to gather the wood to build their first town centre, and it take a while if you've not got 6 villagers at the start. So having the extra 3 villagers does indeed help, and obviously you can use them to scout around a bit as well. But in this case, dauT is just scouting with his sheep, and if we turn fog of war on, we'll be able to see that exactly. And as you can see, his villagers started all scattered around the map, and he's decided to settle over here, which little does he know is actually an amazing map position. He has got probably one of the best maps I've ever seen I've not seen a map this good in a long while. Well, first of all, he's got a very tight spot here. Basically, this is walled by his town centre. Nothing's getting through there unless maybe a few knights slip through, and this is going to be so easy to wall. That's it. That's the only way into his base, because if you look down here, this gold pile blocks this little way in, and that's it. That's the only way into his base, this little choke point here. And imagine how easy that's going to be for him to wall. His map is absolutely insane, and that's really good to see. For him, obviously, it's great to see. Chris, on the other hand, is fairly open. He's built his town centre on this side of the forest. If he'd have built his town centre down here, he'd be in a much better spot, because he could wall this then, and then he could wall this, and he would be, or here even, and he would be in a much better position. However, Chris, not knowing really the map, if we look at his scouting, you'll see he's not got that much map coverage, or, not a great deal. He knows where dauT is already. As you can see, his sheep is being slain there, and so I don't know, it's hard to have the foresight in a land nomad game, and I suppose the start is very much luck based where you decide to start. I'm sure dauT will realise how much of a good map he's got very shortly when he realises this is the only way into his base, which is excellent. Also as well, he's got quite a few boar nearby, 3 boar right there. Chris, on the other hand, let's see, he's got a deer patch and he's got 3 boar as well, so these guys fairly going to be fairly even in resources at the start, to say the very least, and that's kind of good. And also, if we look at the map as well, this area between them is very open, and I can't see them not fighting over this middle area. Bear in mind, there's some gold here as well, and there's gold down here. Probably not going to be so vital for these for the time being, because both Chris and dauT have back gold. Although saying that, dauT's gold isn't in a great position. This one obviously going to be only able to gather from one side, and this one is up against, or very enclosed by trees, which is not good at all for him. Chris, though, on the other hand, he's got gold back here, a little bit further away from his town centre, and gold over here, and all the way back here as well. So I think Chris is going to be okay for gold. Perhaps we'll see fighting for this one, but there's no doubt we'll see fighting over the middle anyway, because these guys obviously going to be fairly close together in this regard. They are fairly close indeed, and Chris actually luring this boar from the front here, that makes perfect sense. He might have even stolen one from dauT. Actually, no, he hasn't. dauT had 3 here, but it does mean that Chris is going to have 4 boar if he scouts up here. See if he knows about, yeah, he does know about those boar. So Chris is going to have 4 boars, and that's going to help him out massively in the early game. And I'm going to keep speeding things up a bit while these guys get underway. And I quite like how Nomad has quite a lot of land nomad even has quite a lot of resources on the map. It does make it more interesting, as you don't really see these guys running out of gold ever so quickly, as there is a lot of gold on the map, and also there's quite a bit of stone, and there's a lot of food as well to get them underway very quickly, which is great to see. dauT moving down here, actually, that's interesting. Getting some villagers to gather these deer. Every little helps, I suppose, as the slogan says. Yeah, every little does help, and these deer are going to provide an excellent extra bonus source of income. Not to mention he found some sheep heading down here, so it was well worthwhile. And even this is going to be easy-ish to wall. He can wall here and stop Chris from harassing this gold if Chris decides to try and come through with archers or something. If he does decide to gather from here, I'm going to be interested to see where dauT decides to gather gold from first, either this one or this one. My guess is that maybe he'll go for this one, as it's easier to gather from this, as this one is very blocked off. Only 3 gold piles actually exposed there, and he's already got villagers down here, so maybe he'll decide to gather from this side. We'll have to wait and see, and there's no telling what he's going to do just yet. Chris with some interesting houses, just building them in a line away from his town centre. Maybe he realises he's not got a great map position. Fortunately though, obviously he's close to woods, so he can at least keep his villagers safe for the time being if anything does come near. And he too is hunting deer, and he's yet to get this boar as well. Maybe he'll hunt this boar pretty soon. Yeah, there we go, hunting that boar as well. Always good to get the boar if they are available to you. Chris on the way up to the feudal age, dauT on the way up to the feudal age, but Chris is going to get there first. But the problem is, I don't know if Chris is going to be able to do substantial damage to dauT, because dauT's walling is going to be so easy to complete. I mean, just wall this and he is walled in. So Chris pushing forward with an archery range or 2, and a barracks is already up for him, so it looks like he's going to get aggressive early on, and I don't know whether that's going to work out for him, because if dauT can wall this as easy as it looks, then Chris is going to struggle using these units to his advantage, not to mention the fact his town centre is close here, so obviously Chris is going to struggle to get any harassment done, and that could work out in dauT's favour. We'll have to wait and see, but I've got a little inkling that that Chris is going to struggle here. If you look at his walling, his wall is basically this whole entire area, and he's keeping this area back here safe. Pretty interesting stuff. I don't know, perhaps he'll wall down here as well to keep himself extra safe, but it's pardon me, it's going to be really hard for him to actually keep himself safe in this situation. As you can see, dauT was walled here, and it's just a few more, another deer to hunt, and then we'll see what he does with these villagers. Perhaps he'll gather gold. Oh, I was actually right, he's gathered gold from down here first, and he's leaving this gold mine for later, I imagine. Either that or he doesn't know it's there, but I can't imagine his scouting's that bad. No, he does know it's there, of course. Both these guys' scouting is pretty good, but Chris's score, you know, getting really far ahead, because if we actually have a look, he's already got a fair few archers and skirmishers in there, and that is really going to cost him if he can't make them worthwhile. Obviously he's going to want to get these archers and skirmishers as safe as well, not as safe as possible, but put them to good use as much as possible, and that is going to be interesting to see. Obviously dauT knows he's gone for some military, or he's done something out of the ordinary, as his score is fairly far ahead, and we all know that dauT is a monster, so I'm sure he can read Chris like a book in this situation. And dauT is actually walled in fully here, so it doesn't look like Chris is going to get through. We should probably check. Oh, that forest tree is on one left, and this is just perfect. I mean, Chris couldn't have chose a better time to come through this gap, because just as he comes through, dauT's wall is broken by the fact that his villagers broke the wall themselves. So Chris is actually into dauT's base, and he shouldn't be. That's the problem. Chris shouldn't be into dauT's base. However, dauT is into the castle age, and he is storming on ahead. Not building any military whatsoever yet, and he is completing a wall off down here. It looks like he's going to get there in time. We'll have to check. Yeah, he's in there in time, and it doesn't look like Chris is going to be able to get through these houses anytime soon. So Chris is blocked in. I mean, he can't get through here, and there's no way he can get through here. So dauT is playing this really well, getting up a siege workshop. No doubt a mangonel is going to come out to try and pick off these trapped archers and skirmishers. Chris perhaps realizing his mistake here and deciding to curb his production. Nope, never mind, he's continuing to build archers. Maybe he thinks he can get round another way. We'll have to see, as he is still producing archers, which is interesting, and he's going to be a way off from getting up to the castle age just yet. So Chris is not looking in such a great situation. He's obviously going to try and pick off these houses. dauT going to try and sneakily get some HP on here. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to force back. Doesn't want to lose these villagers, of course, and going to probably build houses back a bit more if he doesn't. Yeah, there we go. He's going to try and put some HP on these. Obviously, houses build so quickly, you can quickly just get a few hits on there and get some HP on those. I don't know. Chris could break through here. It might take him a little while, but the mangonel is probably on the way out, and that could force Chris back. Yeah, there we go, mangonel on the way out. He just needs to stop Chris from getting through here, and he will be absolutely fine. Chris not paying attention for a few seconds, could get some more HP on this house, just needs to hit it with his hammer a few more times, or at least delay him in getting through. So here comes the mangonel, and Chris might find himself having to retreat, and indeed he is, and it looks like dauT will be able to complete this wall off, and Chris is not getting through there anytime soon at all, and forced to retreat back, and maybe he's going to try and see what he can do over here. dauT obviously quick to react, getting his villagers inside of his town centre, and the mangonel quick to follow as well. So I don't think Chris is going to be able to do too much. Harassing down here though with this wall off, he's going to get through here eventually and force dauT away from this gold, but dauT is going to be able to gather from here. He's now building another town centre on here as well, and yeah, that's 2 town centres coming up from him, and that's more than we can see from Chris, because Chris is only just advancing up to the castle age and looking to keep the pressure on now. 3 stables going up, and maybe he's going to get castle and build some knights, try and do some more damage. And I've just realised as well, dauT with a town centre down here, so it looks like he's spreading right out across the map, and looks like he's getting very defensive and just looking to boom for the time being. He's not got any military production at all. He doesn't even have a barracks yet. Well, actually, no, lies. I tell lies. He's got a siege workshop. That's military production, but he doesn't have a barracks, so he's not going to be getting anything but siege for the time being. Is that a barracks there? Nope, it's a monastery. Looks like he's even going to go for the relics, and this is interesting. It looks like dauT's just going to boom, 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 and Chris is going to try and... Oh god, I just realised. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, such an old, crappy 90s song. Anyway, Chris getting up some stables, so maybe he's going to go castle, try and do some more damage. But to be honest, the damage he's managing to do is very limited. These 2 mangonels going to be able to kill off these archers, skirmishers. Perhaps even dauT is going to lose this mangonel here, actually. That wouldn't be too good for him. It depends how close he gets to the town centre in time. He might be able to do it. And Chris, I don't know, not looking too good here. He's perhaps forced dauT off of this gold, but dauT has already got a new town centre back here, and he is now on 3 TCs. Chris on just the one, just keeping the one base pressure. But then again, he's not in the castle age yet, so how can he get another town centre? And the answer is he can't. But I'm interested to see if he's going to go for some knights from these stables. Obviously, Chinese are limited to their stables. They can't build paladins. They can upgrade to cavalier though, so we'll see what he does with that. Perhaps some knights will come out. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to hold our horses, and I think his archers and skirmishers have been cleared up there. dauT collecting relics as well. He's got another relic back here, and there's a relic up here if he decides to go for it. Chris finally up to the castle age, very, very slow indeed, and moving out forwards with these 2 villagers. Interesting to see what he's going to do. Has he got enough resources for a castle? No, so he's not going to go for one of them, but he is building a siege workshop there, and he is building another town centre here as well. So Chris with 2 town centres out, or going up, and is he building knights? Yes, he is. So perhaps he's looking to sneak through here. To be honest, I don't know why he's building knights. He might be able to harass down here, but all of these villagers are going to be able to get inside the town centre and he'll be fine. Mangonels are preventing him from getting through here. Perhaps he thought he could get up this way. Now he finds out he can't, but he's still got knights coming out, and what is he going to do with these knights? I don't think there's much he can do. I mean, dauT is walled, and he is pretty secure in his base for the time being. dauT just looking to boom by looks of things, with 3 town centres already out. Maybe a 4th is on its way. Who knows? He's even going to take this stone down here, so we could see a castle from dauT fairly soon, as he just have a few villagers going to be gathering stone, or maybe even gathering stone to build another town centre. Who knows? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And Chris just trying to do harassment, upgrades on the crossbowman, but what is the point? I don't know how Chris is going to be able to do any damage to dauT here. dauT is just sitting in his base, just like, come on, come at me, bro. And sure, Chris is going to try and come at him, but what's he going to be able to do? We'll have to wait and see. Moving in with some knights, and this this town centre going to be able to attack them off. The monk itself managing, of course, to convert one of those knights and turn the tide into dauT's advantage, taking off all of Chris's knights there. In come the crossbowmen and the mangonel, but this knight is probably going to be able to take out the mangonel, and the crossbowmen won't be able to do too much against this town centre. 6 range versus 6 means that they can't get too close, otherwise they'll be picked off. And okay, so Chris getting pretty aggressive actually, but dauT continuing to make monks. He's already collected his relic from up here, and there's another relic down here which he might go and collect. Another town centre on the way up as well, which makes 4th dauT, and he's just like, yeah, you're attacking me, but I'm not bothered. I'm just going to sit in my base and carry on booming. You can attack, keep yourself busy with your attacks, it doesn't bother me. Another monk coming out, and maybe he'll get another conversion on a knight here. It looks like he will. There's no way it's going to get there in time. And that's a full HP knight he just converted, and another one as well. So he's going to be able to take out this mangonel, no problems whatsoever. Say goodbye to this knight perhaps as well. Although saying that he's got the crossbowman behind, so maybe he won't lose this knight. We'll have to wait and see. Nope, he's not going to, and he's going to retreat back to his base. No more monks coming out, but another town centre is on its way up. I've just where's it gone? Just lost it. Oh, there it is. Another town centre is on its way up. That's going to go up pretty soon, and dauT is just sitting pretty, really. No real military whatsoever, but he is just booming it out. And Chris, on the other hand, with quite a bit invested in military, more knights coming out, and he's lost quite a bit of military as well. He's lost 3 mangonels, I think. He's lost a few knights, and he's lost a couple of crossbowmen. So dauT looking pretty strong. He's not going to worry too much. I've got to say, this is one of the most perfect maps you could probably ask for ever. And let's see how much stone he's got. He's got quite a bit of stone, so perhaps he's going to push out with the castle soon. Maybe he's going to go to the Imperial Age first. We'll have to wait and see and find out what he's exactly going to do, because there is no guarantees. This is dauT. We never know what he's got in store for us. We never know what he's got planned, and for the time being, he's just going to boom. And I don't blame him. He's got the perfect map to do so. It's almost like he's playing on Black Forest, I've got to say. And I don't think Chris can get really in reaching distance of him. And this is really poor game insight by Chris. He's continuing to build military, or well, he might have stopped now. But it's cost him dearly, because he's not managed to do any damage with it whatsoever. 63 population to 93, so he's falling behind with population. His economy is certainly in a much worse state. He's only on 2 town centres as opposed to dauT's 4, and finally getting his 3rd out there at last. And I don't know, Chris isn't looking too good here, and dauT is looking to be dominating as usual. Unfortunately for Chris, I don't know about everyone else, but he's lost quite a few games this series, and this best of 21 isn't looking to go very well in his favour at all. Continuing to build knights, I just don't get this. He's carrying on building knights. He's determined to push through here and break dauT, but dauT's just going to be able to wall this off so easily. If he wants, he can stick up some stone walls there, and he will be absolutely fine, but I don't even know if he's going to do that. An archery range coming out for him, so we could see quite a heavy archer-based army. As we know, China, quite a good, Chinese even, quite a good archer civilization, as they do have the Shuko Nu, and they have good archers at the archery range as well. Here comes the battering ram, but get real. Mangonels versus battering ram, we know who wins that if they can't get in. The battering ram will get owned. And here come the knights, but the monk is ready and waiting, and I don't know if Orcus or Chris even is going to be able to attack at all. 4 town centres from dauT, and quite frankly, his boom is just off the scales. 78 population to 104. dauT advancing up to the castle age, and a castle going up in defence here. Fairly interesting. I thought he would have tried to push out with the castle perhaps, but no, he's going to build it in defence. And that's absolutely fine for him, as Chris can't really get close anyway, and if he does break through these buildings, there's a castle here just waiting to pick him off as he gets close. So dauT on his way up to the Imperial Age is going to be Imperial very, very soon. Perhaps he's even going to break his mangonels to onagers, and plenty of archery ranges coming out at the back as well. So we can see crossbowmen from dauT for the time being, and now he's starting to build military. Once he gets up to the Imperial Age and goes heavy into military, I'm pretty sure that dauT is going to be absolutely laughing, because he's going to be able to get all of the upgrades on there. He's going to be able to mass his military up very quickly, and his score is just going to go absolutely booming ahead. And here we go with the monk trying to get a conversion. This goes up just in time, and Chris is going to lose a lot of knights here. This town centre is attacking, the castle is attacking, the mangonels are attacking, and being reinforced with crossbowmen as well. Looks like Chris is regretting his decision to build so much military so early on, and dauT is now imperial, so he's just going to be advancing up to Arbalest. Perhaps he's going to make Chukonu. Yep, he's creating Chukonu, and now I think dauT is going to look to get aggressive and push Chris back away from his base and continue to push through his base and take him out, because Chris still only 3 town centers as opposed to dauT's 4, population wise 125 to 88. So I think that speaks volumes. dauT absolutely dominating here and looking to push out across the map again. Let's have a look what his production is looking like. Crossbowmen coming out. Let's see. Market just going up as well, so he's probably going to sell some of his wood. Maybe sell his wood, maybe sell some stone, I don't know. Maybe buy some stone, we'll see. More Chukonu coming out as well, and see what upgrades he's got on his Arbalest. He's already got +3 attack and +3 range. Now, a lot of Arbalest are able to dominate knights completely. Alright, knights pretty strong, but when you've got a massed army of Arbalests with that much range, there's not a lot knights can do. And let's have a look at how much resource Chris has got. Yeah, he needs another 400 gold and another 300 food to advance the Imperial Age, and it's going to take him a long time to get there. By that time, dauT is no doubt dauT is going to have lots of Arbalests and much larger army than Chris. So as we can see, these archery ranges aren't actually producing anything, but chemistry is being researched, which gives his Arbalest an extra 1 attack. A siege workshop going up there in the front of dauT's base. Chris even is continuing to build knights and try and do what damage he can. Alright, knight's probably his best option against Arbalest, but once he's massed them up enough, I don't even think knights are going to be too effective. dauT even moving out to claim this center gold here. Obviously his gold isn't too great and he's quite limited to how much he can mine from that, so he's moving out to this gold in the center. And if we actually have a look at how much resource dauT has got, keeping his resources fairly low, I'd say, continuing to build archers, Arbalests, and keeping them queued up. Chukonu as well, lots of Arbalests coming out of the back here, and I wouldn't be surprised if dauT reaches 200 population fairly soon. As we can see, even his Arbalests kicking ass with these knights here, and Chris has pretty much got nothing, 150 pop to 102. So dauT rolling out across the map with his Arbalests, pretty much fully upgraded, +2 armor completed, +4 attack, +3 range. Another castle going up for dauT as well, and dauT is just going to get crazy on Chris's ass, and I don't know what Chris can do. He's going to have to create some more siege. Maybe he'll upgrade to capture ram, maybe he'll upgrade to siege. Yeah, just onager, and ballistics being researched as well. And so these Arbalests looking to get really serious and do some real damage. Also as well, now he's got this just castle out of the front. We could see some trebuchets from from dauT as well. Chris making a mangonel, I guess that's logical, but a lot of Arbalests still. And where is Chris's army? Well, it pretty much doesn't exist. 2 castles going up in defense, and finally on his way up to the Imperial Age. But bear in mind, it's going to take a long while for Chris to get all the upgrades, and by that time dauT might have steamrolled his base. We'll have to wait and see, but this castle was almost completed, and perhaps a few trebuchets going to come out there to take out these castles from a long range, so that dauT can just absolutely kick Chris's ass. Chris deciding to make some Chukonu, and out comes dauT's siege. I think he's upgraded to capture ram now. Yes, he has. Capture ram has already been completed. So we're going to see a lot of death and destruction very, very shortly. And look at the scores. dauT so far ahead, and Chris trailing behind massively as his stables get taken out, as his knights that come out of here are going to get absolutely owned by these Arbalests. There's just too many men. Oh god, I say this so many times. Too many men. 25 population from being population capped. Chris so far away, and dauT absolutely dominating. In he comes with his capture rams. This town centre is going to be toast pretty soon. These cap rams are going to be able to do a lot of damage, and yeah, quite frankly, it's not looking promising from Chris at this stage. Chris has completed a wall off down here. dauT just sticking that post up to see what's over the wall, but obviously he's not going to see much because there's nothing there. And Chris is lucky that he's got this gold at the back. That's keeping him sustained for the time being. But siege ram is being completed for dauT, and now I don't think Chris is going to stand up to much of this. 5 siege rams moving in. These castles are going to get taken out pretty darn quickly. A ton of Arbalests as well with a lot of range. Going to be able to take out the villagers and anything that comes close. And it's too late for too late for Chris, only just reaching the Imperial Age now, whilst dauT is fully post-Imperial, just going to steamroll his castles, steamroll his farms, and I don't even think his army is going to stand up to much. This is just too many arbalests for him. Look at his population start to plummet as his knights get taken out, his Chuko get taken out, and his castle is taken and burnt to the ground. dauT's just looking so strong. He's got so much food, he's got so much resource, his population nearly 200, and Chris resigned without even a GG. I bet he's royally pissed off, and he should be, because he played absolutely terrible, and dauT absolutely dominating once again. So Chris not doing very good in his best of 21, and dauT winning once again. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Zach. I'll bring you more very soon, and I'll see you next time.